Alrighty, so let's see. I'm going to listen to myself really quick to see if everything is working fine now. Let me see. Alrighty, so alright, yeah. Let's see. Yeah, I think. I'm going to listen to myself really quick to see if everything is working fine now. Alright, there. Let me see. There. Alright, I think everything's working fine now. So I'm gonna go ahead and talk about what I was going to talk about. So I'm going to talk about the reason why you might be getting paid so little and why being an entrepreneur right now is the best way to go. So being an employee right now, exchanging your time for money is not the best way to go right now, because it's not gonna get you anywhere, honestly. So for example, for retirement, it is estimated that in order for you to have an adequate retirement plan, you have to have at least $1.5 million. $1.5 million. But I think that I can argue that you need more, because if you really take into consideration everything that's going on, the inflation rate, which is at least 3% every year, and we divide 72 by 3, the rule of 72. So we divide 72 by the percentage, by the interest. So 72 by 3. In 20 years, the price of absolutely everything is going to double. All right, so the price of absolutely everything is going to double. So you don't need $1.5 million to be able to retire with peace of mind. You're actually going to be needing double of that. So, for example, let's say that we have right now a 45-year-old female or guy. By the time he's 65 years of age, 20 years from now, $1.5 million is not going to be enough. He's actually going to need $3 million. So, and if you're an employee, if you're exchanging your time for money, it's not going to get you anywhere, because you need to be a business owner. You need to become an entrepreneur. So, every day I'm going to be doing content as part of my KPIs, key performance indicator, as part of my mental KPI, key performer indicator for my mental capacity. Because if I'm able to do content consistently every week, 3 to 4 times per week, that means that I'm learning, I'm developing myself, I'm learning new skills, I'm reading books, I have a coaching program, I have mentoring and stuff like that. So I'm going to be doing content absolutely every week, and I'm going to start a podcast, which I think I'm going to call my podcast Six Figure Producers Podcast. All right, Six Figure Producers Podcast. So here it is. So this is my page that I'm working on right now. I'm going to be a motivational speaker, coach, mentor. I'm going to start a podcast that I'm going to call Six Figure Producers Podcast. So it's going to be awesome. All right. So for the next 90 days, one of my goals is to find myself, to find my value, because I know I have a lot of value. I know that I'm good at a lot of things, and I have a lot of value to provide to people, but I really don't know what it is. Like I really don't know what my value is. I know I have a lot of knowledge, but all of that knowledge is just unorganized knowledge. So for the next 90 days, I'm going to be creating content, and I'm going to be organizing my knowledge and packaging it into something that I can sell, into something that I can, give to someone that may be looking for it. Because, being a coach is a really good business. Not only do you help people, but you can make a lot of money without exchanging too much of your time for your money. So one of my goals is to become a coach, a mentor, make a mentoring program. And for the next 90 days, I'm going to build my value and find my value and organize and package the information that I know in a way that someone can follow it. So today I'm going to talk about the ladder of value. All right. So let me get my whiteboard really quick. The ladder of value. All right. So I'm going to be talking about the reason why you may be getting paid so little money. All right. And this is explained by the ladder of value. So the ladder of value goes like this. So the people who get paid the least are at the bottom of the ladder of value, the implementator. So for example, let's take a hotel. All right, so let me see if everything's working fine. So take a hotel, for example. In a hotel, the hardest working people, the people that do the hardest jobs, are the ones that clean the bathrooms, that do the laundry, that change the beds, the sheets and everything, and all that physical stuff, right? However, they're the ones that are also getting paid the least, the implementators. In any company that you can think of, The implementators, people that actually do the job, the things that I have to get done, are the ones that are getting paid the least. They're the least valuable in the ladder of valuable. And I'm not saying that their work is not valuable. Like, they do things that have to get done, because without them, without the people that clean a hotel, like the hotels would be a mess. Without the people that do the laundry and clean the sheets and everything, hotels would be a mess. So these people are needed, but they're the ones that get paid the least. The implementators, the one that use their muscles, they use their time, their muscles, their strength in order for them to get paid. Then at the second level of the ladder of value are unificators, people that unify resources, they unify people, they unify time, money, and these are managers. So let me just unlock my tablet right here really quick. So this manage people. All right, and they earn more than the implementators. So unificators manage time, people, resources, and people. So unificators unify implementators, and they manage them. They tell them what to do. They train them. They manage them, and they get paid the more than them. So, for example, in a hotel, a receptionist that are enjoying of the AC, of the air conditioner, and are on the computer, setting up appointments and stuff like that. They get paid more than the people that are working the hardest at cleaning under the sun or cleaning the restrooms or washing the sheets and stuff like that. So implementators are the ones that are getting paid the least. So think about what you do right now. If you are an implementator, for example, at Walmart, people who stack the cans, who clean, they're the ones that get paid the least. Then in the second step in the ladder of value are unificators. These are managers. They manage people. They manage time. They manage resources. Then are communicators. All right. So these people right here, once right here you can make, I don't know, like $50,000 at most per year. These people right here can make up to $100,000. Right here, people that are communicators make up to from 100 all the way to $100 million. And they're communicators. What do? They communicate. They use their mouth. They teach. So, for example, a good example of a communicator that gets paid a lot would be, like motivational speakers, coaches, mentors, like people who use their mouths to create meaningful messages. All right. So there's speakers that get paid millions and millions of dollars. For example, Gary Vee, for 1 hour of his time, he gets paid over $100,000 for 1 hour of his time using his mouth. He's a communicator. All right. Communicators also tell managers what to do. They tell managers like exactly what they want so that then managers can go and manage the implementators. And then at the top of the ladder of value, and these people right here make millions and millions and millions and millions and millions and millions, they use their imagination and their brain. They think. That's all they do. They don't move a finger. They don't have to use their muscles like implementators. They don't have to be moving around and talking to people and managing stuff like unificators. And they don't even have to speak like communicate. Well, they do, right? But what they use is imagination and they think. They use their brain. And they're the ones that make the biggest amount of money. So this would be like Jeff Bezos, for example. Jeff Bezos is not on the day-to-day jobs. He's not implementing. He's not managing any people. He's not communicating. He just uses his imagination. He thinks. All right. He takes a step back. He looks at his company. He thinks about what his company needs. What are the pieces that have to be moved around? So, for example, when you're playing chess, all right, you have to think. You look at the individual pieces on the board, and then you have to take decisions about which ones to move. But you have to think. That's the hardest part. So, if like this simple idea, this simple lesson right here can make you thousands and thousands of dollars if you really understand it and you implement it. All right. If you understand what I'm telling you, that implementators, unificators, communicators, and imagination and thinkers, they're the ones that get paid the most. If you understand this, you are going to be able to set up yourself for a very successful life. If you understand this simple concept, you can set up yourself for a very successful life. All right. Because we are all like right now, I'm an implementator. Right now, I'm doing calls. I am calling people. I am selling, like one by one. But then I'm going to be a unificator. Like I'm building a team right now of people that are going to do calls for me, that are going to sell for me. And that's because I'm going to unify those people and teach them and coach them and manage them, right? But then I'm going to become a communicator. I'm going to get to the point that I just communicate a meaningful message to those people to motivate them and get them to get them to perform. And then, like in the future, I'm going to become a thinker. Like I'm going to think. All I'm gonna have to do is think about what's the next thing that I want to get that I want to be done. Becoming a thinker is the ultimate thing that you can do, because when you're a thinker, you just think. You have to think. You have to use your brain. There's this really cool quote that I really like, and it says, 5% of people think. 5% of people think. 10% of people think that they think, and the other 85% of people would rather die than think. So like thinking is not an easy thing to do. Like thinking is not an easy thing to do, even though it might seem like it's supposed to be an easy thing to do. Thinking, it is not. Like the majority of people do not think. The majority of people can take a step back and look at things objectively and be able to think, because thinking is hard. All right, so that's why thinkers are at the highest level of the ladder of value. They are the ones that get paid the most, and the only thing they do is think and communicate what they want. Communicators get paid millions and millions of dollars just to use their mouths. Unificators get paid hundreds of thousands of dollars to manage people, to manage implementators. And implementators, the people that do the hardest jobs, the people that are flipping the burgers, the people that are cleaning the restrooms, the people that are doing physical labor with their muscles, they're the ones that get paid the least. So this is the ladder of value, and this is not me telling you what are the jobs that are worth the most or the least. This is how the market values the work that you do. So if you're an implementator, all right, be thinking on how you can go up the ladder of value. And going up the ladder of value doesn't require for you to have a degree. It doesn't require for you to take courses or anything. In the majority of the cases, it just requires for you to think differently. That's it. For you to think differently and to assume a different role. So that is it. All right. My name is Alex Ramirez. I'm going to be doing content absolutely every week, and I'm going to start my podcast called Six Figure Producers Podcast. So yeah, I'm excited. Bye-bye.